Hello everyone, I'm Caitlin, and this is my presentation on Egyptian and Greek civilizations and what makes a society great. Please bear with me as my voice is not the best right now, but I'm going to try to make this presentation as good as I can. While reviewing the first four modules, I was kind of struggling trying to pick which two civilizations to compare, because a lot of the ones that we've gone over have shown incredible achievements and that they're very influential to a lot of things we know today. But in the end, I decided it would be fun to focus on ancient Egypt and ancient Greece. After going back and looking at these two civilizations, I saw that they both had really good definitions and legacies that contributed to greatness. Although they are very different ways, they both are seen today as something that has been a grounding to a lot that we know. For example, Egypt built a lot of monuments that lasted for thousands of years, that even people go today to Egypt to even look at them and observe and see the great monuments that were built. While on the other hand, Greece helped to give us things like democracy, and they contributed a lot to philosophy and a lot of art, and we still see that today. After going back and comparing these two civilizations, I realized how much I was able to understand what makes a society great, and I thought it was really fun to compare this to modern greatness as well. Okay, so first we're going to talk about ancient Egypt and some of their achievements that you may know very well, actually. First is the location of Egypt civilizations. A lot of them were located along the Nile River, and this was very important for living and surviving. The Nile River helped a lot with their farming and irrigation systems, as well as transportation. They could transport their goods up and down throughout the river. They could get goods transported to them so they could continue living and building things, and it was just an easier way of transporting these goods. Next is their architecture. We see this a lot throughout history and throughout a lot of ancient Egypt things. This is one of their biggest accomplishments. The building of ziggurats, if I'm saying that correctly. These were basically temples that were huge pyramids, and they would have a shrine on top of them. These ziggurats were used to practice religious things. So they believed that they would connect it with God, and they were able to go and just be one with Him. Third and lastly, one of their biggest writing achievements were the development of cuneiform writing, or as we know as hieroglyphics. You can see in the picture that I put on here, you could tell that they're very elaborate, and honestly, I feel like it would be a little difficult to learn, but I think it would be fun to learn. Now, this hieroglyphic writing was really important for them because it helped them to record history and religious beliefs and just overall knowledge and scientific knowledge, so this was important for them to write down and preserve it for future. If I would have to say what Egypt's greatness was built on, I think it was made for order, and they wanted their civilization to be stable and devoted to the gods, and they also wanted their civilization to last forever, and we see a lot of their achievements lasting till today, so that's something that I thought was pretty great and definitely represented what they saw as greatness. Next, we'll look at ancient Greece and some of their achievements. Now, Greece was made up of these independent city-states. So I think that a lot of their greatness was found in being independent and in their government and their overall culture. Some of their achievements were government and being the birthplace of democracy, and being the first to allow citizens to vote and participate in the decisions that these Greek civilizations would make. Greece is also known for a lot of their creativity in writing, like their philosophy and theater. They had these great thinkers and philosophers like Socrates and Plato. They would look at these ideas and explore more about politics and just what they believed the nature of the universe was. I believe that we see this a lot in modern philosophy and history and in classes, and it's just cool to look at what these older achievements for Greece were. Third, we see a lot of Greek art and architecture. A lot of their art and buildings that they would build represented things like balance and harmony and proportion. One of the examples I put, and you can see in the picture, is the Parthenon. And this was built to honor the goddess Athena, but it also was built in a way to show balance and harmony and proportion, like I said before. I think that a lot of Greece's greatness came from their creativity and their freedom to think and reason, and that was what they built their civilization on and their society. Moving on to what I think makes a great civilization or a great society, I think there's a few different key components to this. I listed a few on the presentation slide, like innovation and creativity, as well as this sort of equality within the civilization. I think it's really important for when you're trying to be a great civilization, you're wanting to show how you can expand your knowledge and your creativity while also making sure that your civilization is stable. I also think that a great civilization leaves behind ideas that they've learned and made, or these achievements, so that future generations and future civilizations and societies are able to use it to impact their society. Egypt had these monuments like pyramids that we see now lasting thousands of years. And Greece had these philosophies and this knowledge that we see a lot of the time affecting what we are learning today. So in combining these ideas, it really contributes to making a great society. Our view of greatness today has definitely changed from what it used to be in ancient times. Now we see greatness through achievements like technology or being able to sustain a good environment, or a lot of the times we see it in human rights. Whereas in ancient Egypt and Greece, we see greatness being seen in gaining power or having this sort of honor. I think they do still connect, though, like in ancient times, they wanted to leave a lasting mark, as well as now in modern times, we want to do that as well, to keep future civilizations and societies from failing or not lasting. We want them to last, and we want to leave a lasting mark. I think that even though some of our values have definitely changed over the time and progressed, I think we still all have the desire to be able to create and invent things and also be remembered in the future. I think that really contributes to what makes a great civilization. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you so much.